you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are continuing on the topic of moon signs. Today's video is going to be a lot of fun because we are going to be talking about your magical and psychic abilities based on your moon sign. And the reason why we use the moon for this is because the moon is directly related to our intuition. So it will tell us the type of psychic abilities that we have. First things first, every single person on the planet does have psychic abilities. Some people are going to be more naturally in tune with their psychic abilities than others. Some people are in tune with them, but don't realize that they have a psychic ability or that what they're experiencing is a psychic ability. And everybody has the ability to strengthen their psychic abilities, and awareness is a big part of it. So you have to kind of be aware of what your magical abilities are in order to strengthen them. And unfortunately, we live in a society that has brainwashed humanity into thinking that they don't have magical gifts and psychic gifts, but we all do. We are taught that logic is the only way to make decisions or come up with answers, which is usually like always wrong. Usually, if not always, your intuitive answer and your intuitive sense is going to be a lot more correct rather than logic, because your intuition is your own internal compass, and everybody has a different path that they're meant to walk in life and a different journey to take. So your internal compass is going to guide you the way you're supposed to go, not the way that society wants you to go. So everybody has psychic abilities. We're going to go over all 12 moon signs and talk about what they are. And hopefully for those of you who maybe don't realize that you have psychic abilities, or you feel like you do but you aren't really sure if you should trust it, hopefully this video kind of gives you a little bit more confidence to trust in those abilities and kind of empower you to use them a little bit more. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you do, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hello to my new subscribers. You guys leave me like the best comments. Like, I already love you guys. I've had like great conversations with you guys. So anyways, I'm super excited to talk about this, so let's not waste any more time. And as always, there will be timestamps down below so you can skip ahead to yours. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so starting off with my Aries moons. Aries rules the physical body and specifically the head and the brain. So one of the psychic abilities that Aries has is you guys will get very impactful impulses. You will have these thoughts or these just like a sense of knowing, like this intuition that will come and just like smack you right in the brain. And it's very impulsive, it comes out of nowhere, it's very impactful, it comes with a punch. You guys will get these ideas out of absolutely nowhere, ideas that will inspire you, and that is your intuition. You should trust those ideas. Usually the very first instinct and thing that comes to your mind is going to be right, because you guys do receive intuitive hits by these impulses that kind of just come into your brain out of nowhere. And with Aries ruling the physical body, you guys will feel like physical sensations on your body. So maybe it's like, you know, like goosebumps and the hair on your body standing up, or even feeling like pain. For example, you might walk into a room, and if there's like really negative or uneasy energy in the room, you might immediately get like sick to your stomach. You might feel like a pit in your stomach, or like I said, the hair on your body standing up. Also, Aries has really, really intense emotions. So you guys will get intuitive messages like through your emotions. So for example, you might like hear somebody say something that makes you like really, really angry or really, really anxious or really, really sad. And that's kind of like your intuition giving you those physical and emotional cues of like, you know, maybe I shouldn't trust this person, or maybe this person has bad intentions, or, you know, you can kind of see the truth behind what somebody says or does based on how it makes you physically and emotionally feel. Like I said, with Aries, you should really trust the first feelings, the first instincts, the first intuitive hits that you get, the first thing that comes to your mind, because that is kind of how your intuition and your psychic abilities speak to you. All right, so Taurus moons, you guys are all about the five senses, and Taurus is a really interesting sign because Taurus is the first earth sign of the zodiac. And so Taurus is kind of like a bridge. Taurus is the bridge between the spiritual realm and the earthly realm, and you kind of connect the two. And so because of that, one of the first magical abilities that Taurus has is the ability of manifestation. You guys can bring what is in like the energetic field into the earthly realm and have it actually be physically created. And Taurus is related to the throat chakra, so your words can literally manifest in the physical realm. So you guys are really powerful in that way. Since Taurus is related to the 5 physical senses, you guys will literally get psychic information through taste and through smell, even through touch, anything having to do with your 5 senses. A Taurus will literally like be able to get a bad taste in their mouth for real if something is like off, if their intuition's trying to maybe warn them or like caution them about something. But you guys will also be able to psychically smell things. So you will smell something that like nobody else around you can smell, that will remind you of something or make you feel a certain way. It's kind of like your intuition just comes through your 5 senses. Taurus has a really strong connection with music, so you guys can really use music like in your manifestations. You guys can listen to music and kind of have it have a more powerful effect on you guys than some of the other signs. So using music to manifest, or even just listening to music in order to channel information. So like meditating to a certain music in the background will kind of like awaken your senses and awaken your psychic abilities and make the channel a lot clearer. Gemini moons. So Gemini is known as being a very psychic sign. A lot of the air signs do tend to be pretty psychic. You guys are ruled by Mercury, which is the mind's planet. It's all about communication. Like Gemini make really great journalists. You guys are really good at writing. So one of the things that Gemini is great at is automatic writing and then also scripting. So automatic writing would be a way that you channel information psychically. Basically, automatic writing is you don't really think. You literally just kind of get into like a meditative state or kind of like a trance or just like a really calm state. And then you just write whatever comes to mind. Some people will literally go into a trance and like not even pay attention to their hand. They'll just write. And literally there will be like, when you go to look back at it, you will have channeled like information, psychic information. So automatic writing is really cool, and Gemini moons are really great at that. And then you guys are also great at scripting. It's different than automatic writing, because automatic writing is when you want to channel information, but scripting is when you basically, it's kind of like writing a journal entry, but you write everything in the present tense. So if you were trying to manifest something into your life, you know, like use the law of attraction, you guys can write like in present tense, write about your life, like as if you already had all those things that you want. In the present tense, and it will happen. Like you will script it and it will come true. So scripting is a really common way to manifest, but Gemini moons and Geminis in general are really great at it. It kind of comes natural to you. Geminis are also usually claircognizant, which is clear knowing. The way claircognizance feels is it's like you get this random, out of nowhere, it's like a flash of insight, but you just get this like download of information into your brain and you know that it's true. And it's almost kind of like it makes perfect logical sense to you, but you bypassed all of the critical and logical thinking. Like you just kind of got to the end result and you just know. But you don't know how you know, like it just appeared in your mind. And Gemini also rules the hands and the nervous system. So as far as the hand goes, Geminis will be really great at any type of divination tool that involves your hands. So tarot cards, Geminis tend to kind of be a natural when it comes to tarot cards, anything that involves the hands. And then with you guys ruling the nervous system, that is also, you know, you can just feel, right? So you clairsentience, so you can just kind of feel things, you know, your nerves and your body will give off these intuitive hits. So yeah, Gemini does have quite a few psychic abilities. All right, next we have Cancer moons. So now we're getting into the water signs. The water signs are easily the most psychic of all signs. They are much more open, I guess, like open channels and just more in tune with their psychic abilities. It comes a little bit more natural to them. Now, Cancer moons You guys are, first of all, you're empaths, okay? So an empath is somebody who can feel the feelings of a person, even an animal, as if it were your own feelings. So you will literally take on the emotions of another person. And it's because you guys are very in tune with emotions and energy. So sometimes you can even not be around somebody, but you could just think of somebody. If you kind of just have that person in your mind for a moment, you'll kind of just naturally be able to start like picking up on their emotions and feeling their emotions. The problem that an empath can run into, especially if you aren't aware that you have this psychic ability, is that you'll be in the dark. You will think that other people's emotions are your emotions, which can be incredibly draining, confusing, and overwhelming for like an unaware empath. It can be draining and confusing even for someone who knows they're an empath. But you pick up on the emotions of other people. So I'm sure you probably will, you know, like if you were talking to somebody who's going through a hard time, you probably will feel like you're literally in that person's shoes. You'll feel like whatever's happening to them is happening to you because you can feel their emotions so strongly. And you guys just have the gift of feeling. So this is clairsentience. It's clear feeling. So you can just feel things. You can feel the vibes, right? And so it's your gut instinct. Trust your gut instinct. That's your intuition. That's your psychic abilities. You guys can pick up on very subtle and small energetic and emotional cues. You can tell by the way that somebody sends a text message if like their mood has completely changed, or if they're mad at you, or if something's bothering them. Like the smallest change in their behavior or the way that they act, you'll automatically know and be able to pick up on what's actually going on underneath the surface there. These abilities are your magical power. You can be an incredible healer. You can be just like a downright psychic. But the thing is, you do really need to kind of learn about it a little bit. If this sounds like you and you're kind of like, oh shit, maybe I am psychic, I would definitely do a little bit of research, because it's really important for you guys to keep your energy grounded and protected and cleansed, because you guys need to be able to discern between what is yours and what is somebody else's. If that line gets blurred, it can be really, really draining and just like really emotionally overwhelming for a Cancer moon. So Leo moon, you guys are an interesting one because, you know, so Leo is ruled by the sun. So you guys are kind of like the life force energy. You guys are all about energy. So one of the first magical powers that you guys have is the ability to shift and move energy. And like totally change and give and take energy. You're like an energy channeler. And so like one of your abilities is a Leo moon can walk into a room that is filled with like a bunch of really upset or sad people. And just by you walking into the room, your energy will lift the spirits of everybody else. You will literally transform the energy of a person or of a room. You can do this when it comes to like large groups of people. So you have a really powerful energy. You really uplift people with your energy, and you can really be like incredibly motivating for other people. You kind of give magic to other people because your energy is so powerful and it's just such a light. You're such a bright light. So that's definitely one of like your powers. Something I notice about Leo moons is that even Leo in general, they are the type of energy that whenever you're around them, you have that feeling like nothing bad's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Those people where you just feel like really positive around them. You kind of feel like good things always happen to them. Like they're always kind of in good spirits. Things just always seem like really positive. That is a Leo moon. So you guys, like I said, really uplift people with your energy. But on top of that, Leo is also all about creativity. So Leo, and with you guys being ruled by the sun, which has a lot to do with creation, you guys have the ability of creation. So manifestation, creating whatever it is that you want. You guys, if you can think about it, you can create it. You guys also rule the heart. And so the thing is, the heart and intuition go hand in hand. So when it comes to your intuitive abilities, pay attention to how something feels in your heart. So if your heart tells you to go one way, if your heart tells you that this is right, that is your intuition. Always, always follow your heart, because that is following a Leo's intuition. Leo does also rule the spine. And so with that, Leos tend to really be able to kind of psychically pick up on like if somebody's being honest, if somebody's acting from a place of integrity. You guys are really intuitive in that sense. You can just kind of tell when somebody has like good intentions or when they don't. Next we have Virgo moons. So Virgo is known as the healer in astrology, and Virgo is also very much related to health and to the physical body. So Virgos do have a very healing quality about them when it comes to like other people's health and other people's physical bodies, even your own. So something that would be like really good for a Virgo moon would be doing Reiki. So Reiki is energy work. It's moving and clearing and like removing blockages from somebody's like energetic aura, their energetic field. So you guys use your hands and different tools to move energy around. Virgo moons have a really strong ability when it comes to something like Reiki. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so similar to Gemini, you guys do also have a very great psychic ability when it comes to automatic writing. So automatic writing is when you kind of get into like a meditative state or a trance, or you just like get really calm and you don't really use your logical mind, you just write whatever pops in your head. Some people will literally zone out and just write and not even be paying attention to what their hand is doing. And then when you go and look back on it, it will have channeled information. So you guys channel information through writing. And you guys are also very powerful when it comes to scripting. So scripting is a form of manifestation. So scripting is when you basically, let's say you want to manifest something into your life, you kind of like write a journal entry as if you already have that thing. Or if you want to create the life of your dreams, you will just like write a journal entry talking about your life as if it's in the present tense. So you literally script out what you want. You script out what you want your life to be like, and then that it will manifest. So scripting is a really powerful form of manifestation, and Virgos are really good at that. You guys also have kind of a magical touch when it comes to using different herbs, different like natural remedies, holistic remedies. You guys are an earth sign, you're very connected to the earth, so you guys would do really well with like witchcraft that involves like gardening and plants. So Virgo moons kind of have a natural knack when it comes to plants and herbs and the more natural remedies and holistic kind of like manifestation practices. And Virgos do, this is kind of an ironic thing about Virgos, is you guys are able to kind of heal people. Like you can heal physical ailments, okay, on yourself or other people, literally using your physical touch. But what's funny about that is a lot of Virgo moons, they really don't like when like people touch them. So you guys have this like healing ability in your hands almost, where like you could touch something and heal it, but it's just funny because you guys usually don't like physical touch very much, so maybe stick to Reiki. You don't really have to touch people when you do that. All right, so next we have Libra moon. So Libra is a pretty psychic sign. Libra is an air sign, and the air signs are usually very psychic, especially when it comes to being like logically psychic. So Libra moons, you guys, first of all, are very good at detecting lies. That's one of your psychic magical abilities. You can really read somebody so well. It's really obvious to a Libra when somebody's lying, like way more obvious than most signs. You guys aren't naive in that sense. Like you will see straight through a lie. You guys are the scale. You are all about balance and fairness and justice. So Libras can spot when something is off like right away, because you guys really are so balanced in your approach. You really are really fair. So you'll see like both sides of a situation very fairly. You'll look at like every aspect of the situation. You're very well rounded in that sense. So you guys have the ability to just spot right away when something is off, or when somebody is not acting fairly, when somebody's really not acting from like a place of integrity. You guys can spot it right away. Libras also get really, really strong gut instincts. And again, it's because you guys see everything from such a balanced point of view. So you can just immediately pick up on when something is off. And like your body and your mind and your emotions and like your whole being will just know right away. You guys should really trust your first instinct, because with a Libra moon, it's always right. The problem with Libra moon is because you guys are so fair and balanced is that Libras will get like an intuitive feeling, and then you guys have to look at it from like all angles, because that's just what Libras do. So then that's when you can kind of become indecisive and like talk yourself out of things, because you'll start to look at it from every angle. You'll start to look at the other side. You'll start to look at it from a logical sense instead of just an intuitive sense. So it's really good if a Libra can learn to just trust their gut instinct. The other thing too that I notice about Libra, because you guys, interestingly, you know, you're the scale. You're the only sign in the zodiac that doesn't have a heartbeat. So because of that, you guys really do, again, have a very balanced perspective on life. You guys can look at things from like half logic and half intuition, and then make a really, really great assumption or decision on something. So you guys definitely have really, really intuitive abilities when it comes to just like your first instinct, your gut instinct, but you guys just need to kind of learn how to trust that. And Libra's magical power is, without a doubt, you guys are incredible problem solvers to the point where it's magical. Like, Libras make the most incredible like mediators, and you guys give incredible advice. You guys really see things from just a different perspective than other people. You just have this like insight that a lot of people don't have, because you're so fair, you're so balanced. So you make really, really great judgment calls. You will really be able to solve any problem. Like, you guys are just diplomats. Like, you're so fair, you're a problem solver, and that's definitely your magical ability. You have that ability so much stronger than any of the other signs. And so because of that, you guys do have like a healing energy about you, where you can really like balance somebody out. Like, if somebody is really like going one end of the spectrum, or like being too extreme this way, like, you guys just have this ability to just bring people back to like a balanced and like stabilized space. So you guys are really healing in that sense as well. All right, so Scorpio moons, you guys are, without a doubt, so Scorpios are one of the most psychic signs. The only sign that is more psychic than Scorpio is Pisces, and I really think there's a reason for that, which we're going to get to that in a moment. But you guys are true magicians. First of all, you guys have the magical ability of alchemy. You guys can turn a pile of dirt into diamonds. Like, you guys are the most phenomenal like transformers. You guys can transform energy. But one of the most powerful abilities and psychic abilities that Scorpio moons have is you guys are similar to Libra, but even more intensely, you guys are human lie detectors. You guys see through everything. You can spot a lie from a mile away. You guys also see like everything that is hidden is very obvious to a Scorpio moon. You guys see through illusions, you guys see through lies, you see through deceit. And when it comes to people, you guys can literally see straight through somebody, like into their soul, and see the truth of who somebody is. It's a really powerful ability that Scorpio, especially Scorpio moons, have. Scorpios are empaths. Scorpios are no stranger to emotions and heavy emotions and darkness. So you guys, because of that, you understand emotions in a way that a lot of other signs don't. So you guys can really put yourself into somebody else's shoes. If you don't know what an empath is, it's someone who is so sensitive and in tune with energy that you guys can literally feel someone else's emotions as if it were your own emotions. It's literally like you stepped into that person's shoes. The other thing with Scorpios, and this is something that's probably like very specific to Scorpios is that you guys have unbelievably powerful minds, okay? So when it comes to manifestation, you guys have an ability to just instantly manifest whatever is in your head. Whatever you can think will literally come true. But the thing with this is you guys are so powerful that you need to be aware of the thoughts that you're like projecting, because you guys are just as powerful when it comes to manifesting good things as when it comes to manifesting bad things. So Scorpio moons can sometimes like find themselves almost performing black magic without realizing it. Like if you think about something bad happening to somebody, like you could literally make it happen. So you guys are insanely powerful when it comes to your mind. Scorpio moons are the type of people who will think something or say something and then literally an hour later it will happen. And Scorpio moons are also known for having very like strong magical powers when it comes to anything that is occult. So you guys do really well with witchcraft, with magic, with tarot cards, with any type of divination. Now, the problem with Scorpio moons and Scorpio in general, and this is why I'm saying you guys are one of the most psychic signs, but not the most psychic sign, because something that is kind of naturally a part of Scorpio's DNA is that you guys tend to suffer from paranoia. Scorpios are very paranoid. Scorpios tend to, and of course, you know, it depends on the type of person you are, what else is in your chart, and the experiences that you've been through in life, but Scorpios tend to really have a hard time like trusting anything and anyone. Like you guys are always on the fence about things. You're always paranoid. You're always like looking over your shoulder. And so the problem with that is that you actually block your psychic abilities when you are paranoid like that. So you kind of like cut off the connection. You kind of like cut off the channel because you guys are so paranoid that it kind of just, it blocks your psychic abilities from being as strong as they naturally are. So that's something to look out for, is to just pay attention to how powerful your mind is. And then also that, you know, you could really be like hindering your psychic abilities by your own fears, your own paranoia, your own inability to trust. All right, Sagittarius moon, so you guys have a very specific magical power that, you know, anyone can do this, but this is something that comes natural to a Sagittarius moon, and that is the gift and the ability of astral projection. So if you do not know what astral projection is, if you have ever had sleep paralysis, which if you're a Sagittarius moon, I'm assuming that you've probably experienced this quite a bit. Sleep paralysis is kind of like how astral projection begins. And so essentially what's happening is your consciousness is detaching and exiting your physical body, which might sound crazy, but it's not. Our consciousness is a total separate entity from our physical body. Our physical body is just the vessel that our consciousness uses to travel and explore on the earthly plane when we are going through the human experience. So when your consciousness leaves your body, you have the ability to astral project and astral travel. So your consciousness leaves your body and you can literally travel around. Like you can travel around the earthly plane, you can go to other dimensions, you can like travel around like people's dream states even. And the other thing too is that when you astral travel, you can time travel. Like you can travel to the future, you can travel to the past, because it all exists at once. The future and the past like technically doesn't exist. Everything is just in the now, but you can time travel and literally travel around to other dimensions. You can travel in this dimension, but just to another location. So that is a magical power that Sagittarius has. This is another one of the reasons why Sagittarius is known for traveling. You guys don't just travel on a plane, you literally astral project out of your body and travel that way. Sagittarius is a sign that tends to be like naturally kind of spiritually advanced. Of course, it depends on the person. Some people aren't going to explore the spiritual aspect of themselves as much as others. And Sagittarius will kind of, the energy of expansion and philosophy and higher learning that Sagittarius is all about it can manifest in different ways. So there's going to be some Sagittarius moons that are a lot more like magical, and some are going to be a little bit more practical, a little more grounded in like the earthly realm. But you guys also have the ability of moving energy around. So this is similar to Leo in the sense that you guys can walk into a room and immediately completely change and transform the energy in that room. So when a Sagittarius moon walks into a room, you can feel their presence, you can feel their energy. You guys are really optimistic and you are really like exciting to be around. You tend to make people feel like really motivated, really excited, really upbeat, high energy. So you guys have the ability to shift and move and change and transform energy. A psychic ability that Sagittarius has too is that you guys are clairvoyant in the sense that you guys will have psychic dreams. A lot of Sagittarius moons have very psychic dreams that not only do you experience these psychic dreams, but Sagittarius moons tend to be really good at interpreting their dreams. So there's a lot of people who will have clairvoyant dreams, but they won't really be able to interpret it or make sense of it. So you guys are really great when it comes to dream interpretation. All right, so moving on to Capricorn moon. So Capricorn moon, your guys' magical ability really is, it lies in the power of the mind. So even though you guys are an earth sign, not an air sign, you guys still have this strength when it comes to your mind. So a Capricorn moon has a magical ability to accomplish literally anything that you put your mind to. There is like no obstacle too big for a Capricorn moon. You guys have endurance and you guys can just push ahead and make things happen in a way that a lot of other signs can't. And because you are an earth sign, you do have the gift of creations that kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying. You guys are really good when it comes to manifestation. So if you want something, you can make it happen. Just by deciding that you want it, just by deciding that it's gonna happen, you will make it happen. Capricorn moons are also old souls. I've never met a Capricorn moon, or a Capricorn for that matter, that isn't an old soul. So because of this, you guys have a lot of really unmatched wisdom, and you guys are incredibly nurturing. You're probably somebody that people come to for advice. You probably give very sound advice. And because you are an old soul, you just have incredible insights when it comes to anything and everything. You guys have an energy about you that is incredibly grounding. Capricorn is a very grounded sign, but so you guys can be really grounding for other people. So if other people are feeling like really anxious or really unbalanced, if they're feeling like their emotions are kind of just like out of whack, if they're feeling a little bit unstable, being around a Capricorn moon will kind of like immediately ground that person and calm them down. And then also because you guys are old souls, you're incredibly relatable. So you guys are just really well-rounded individuals and it comes very natural to you. You probably don't even really realize or acknowledge the extent of which you calm and ground and offer insight and wisdom to other people. It really is a magical ability that Capricorn moons have. And then the psychic ability that Capricorn moons have is the ability of precognition. So you guys have this ability to kind of see what's going to happen in the future because of the fact that Capricorn is a natural planner, okay? Like you guys have this ability of planning. And so this psychic ability is going to become stronger as you get older and you go through life experiences. But because you guys are so good at planning and strategizing and like kind of seeing the path to how you're going to climb up, you know, you're the mountain goat. So you guys can see a clear path of how you're going to get somewhere. Because of that, you guys can really sense when something's gonna go wrong or when something's not gonna work. So like a Capricorn moon will be really, really intuitive when it comes to business, when it comes to finances. You guys can kind of spot like business trends from a mile away. You can kind of anticipate what is just gonna happen in the future, not only with business, but with anything really. But Yeah, Capricorn moons definitely have this ability to just kind of like be 2 steps ahead all the time. All right, Aquarius moon. So Aquarius moon is a very psychic sign. I would say you're probably the most psychic out of the air signs, I would say. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is actually the planet that rules astrology. It's also the planet that really kind of like breaks the status quo. Aquarius is an incredibly innovative sign. Aquarius does not like tradition. You guys are very out of the box. You guys are full of ideas. Now, on top of that though, Aquarius, because it is an air sign, you guys have this ability to analyze and observe like nobody else, okay? So that's part of where your intuition comes in, is that you can pick up on extremely small and subtle cues because you analyze the shit out of everything. So if something is changed or different or off, you can spot it right away. Aquarius is also a sign that is like very great when it comes to like science and math, but so that's kind of like when it comes to astrology, like you guys would be really talented when it comes to understanding astrology and using astrology like to make predictions and stuff, because you guys are so good at analyzing. So you could analyze like a transit chart, you could analyze a natal chart, and you would have just kind of like a natural knack for stuff like that. You guys also have the ability to read people like a book, and again, this has to do with your observant and analytical approach at life. You guys are just like, Aquarius is really smart. Like it's a really smart energy, but in a more innovative way. So you guys aren't the type of smart where it's just like you got straight A's. Like, no, you guys are like actually smart. You know what I mean? Minds that just like expand and are filled with ideas and are incredibly creative and incredibly unique and eccentric and unusual. So you guys really do like have an ability when it comes to a lot of different like metaphysical things. Like I said, such as astrology, you guys would do good with tarot cards. There's a lot of Aquarius moons that are really great tarot readers. You guys have a lot of metaphysical, magical abilities. You might not know this, but you do have the capability of it. And as a result of everything I just said, you guys are also, you have a natural ability to predict the future. And that might be because you will like look at past events and then analyze how it played out and you'll make a prediction that way. Or you will look at something that is like more mathematical, you'll be able to make a prediction that way. Or even like with science, you guys would be able to make like scientific predictions. So Aquarius is a really interesting sign. You guys are just like downright intuitive. There's a reason why, you know, we're going into the age of Aquarius, and so people are saying like astrology and Reiki healers and tarot readers and witches is like gonna be the new thing when we're in the age of Aquarius. And it's because that's just kind of like your guys' realm in a lot of ways. All right, so lastly, we've got Pisces moon. Now, I am a Pisces moon, and I actually want to chat with you guys about this. I'm glad Pisces is last because I can talk a little bit longer with you guys. So, okay, Pisces moons is number one, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased. You could ask any professional astrologer out there, they'll tell you this. Pisces, especially Pisces moon, is the most psychic of the signs. Pisces is known for being psychic, for being clairvoyant, for being mediums. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, ruled by Neptune. This is the sign that is closest to the other side. So Pisces is very much connected to the spiritual realm. You guys are farthest away from the earth, and you're more up in the spiritual dimension of things. Now, the thing though with Pisces is that it definitely is going to depend on what else is in your chart. Because if you're a Pisces moon with a lot of water or a lot of other psychic placements, then you're going to for sure be incredibly psychic, and you're probably going to know it. Like, it's going to be really obvious to you and unexplainable. The only way to explain it is that you're psychic. Now, for some of you, you might have like a lot of earth in your chart. That's going to influence your Pisces moon because like an earth sign is incredibly grounded, very grounded in the earth and in the real world, and not so much on Neptune. And so for some people, like I said, they're gonna know that they're very psychic, and for some Pisces moons, it's not gonna be quite as obvious. You might not even think you're psychic, but I have met quite a few Pisces moons in my day, and let me tell you, every single one of them is clairvoyant. So let's start with that. Pisces moons, you guys are clairvoyant. What this means is clear seeing. A lot of the times, the way that clairvoyance actually happens is through dreams. So you will have psychic dreams. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a Pisces moon tell me that they dreamt about somebody and then bumped into them 2 days later. Or even just that they thought of them, because clairvoyance can just be an image in your mind, kind of like as if you were watching a movie in your mind. You'll see something happen in your mind and then it will happen in real life. And a lot of times I see a lot of Pisces moons who don't realize that this is a psychic ability. They will disregard it and think it's a coincidence. Pisces is also a sign that is very capable of being a medium. A lot of Pisces are mediums, which is communicating with the other side. Pisces is really kind of psychic in every single way. So clairvoyant, you could be a medium, you're definitely an empath, which means you can feel the feelings, the emotions of other people as if it were your own. You can feel the energy in a room. You can even feel the energy of an animal. You're very, very sensitive to energy. And again, sometimes Pisces moons don't realize that they have these abilities. So I'm here to tell you that you are psychic AF, okay? Like, even if you don't have other psychic placements, if you're a Pisces moon, you have these abilities. Pisces are also clairsentient, which is clear feeling. So again, you just feel things, you know things, you can sense things. So Pisces moon is without a doubt the most psychic out of all of the moon signs. Pisces are so psychic because Pisces are really open, okay? So I was talking to like the Scorpio moons earlier. Scorpio is a really psychic sign too, but Scorpio battles with paranoia, which blocks their psychic abilities. Pisces doesn't have that hindering them. Pisces are very energetically open, and like I said, it's because you're so close to the other side. You're right on the veil to the spirit realm when you're in Pisces. You guys have abilities that are just so natural that what I find is a lot of Pisces moons will tell me that like they have these crazy coincidences and these crazy experiences. I had a Pisces moon friend tell me once, he said, he was talking about this girl that he liked and he said, I can feel what she feels. And I laughed and I was like, I've never heard a more Pisces moon thing in my life. But the thing is, because Pisces are so psychic that they think it's the norm for everybody, okay? Pisces don't realize that most other people don't have that ability. They aren't as in touch with energy and emotions. So yeah, a lot of times Pisces will overlook their magical powers because it's so natural to them that they don't even realize that they have it. They don't even realize that it's unusual and that it is magic and that it is psychic abilities. So yeah, basically to wrap it up, Pisces moon, you guys are just psychic in all areas of existence. So you can feel things, you can see things, you just know things, you dream things, and then it happens. But I would say probably the most common and the most obvious thing for a Pisces moon is you are an empath. So you can feel the emotions of other people. You can just pick up on the energy of a room. You can put yourself in somebody else's shoes and know exactly how they feel. This is why it is so important for Pisces to cleanse and protect their own energy, because Pisces moons are sponges. So without even realizing it, you'll pick up the emotions of somebody else. That's why it's really important for a Pisces moon to be aware of the magic and the psychic abilities that they possess, because if you're not aware, you can get really confused, really drained, and really overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there for my Pisces moons. All right, you guys, that wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Share this video with somebody that you know. Let me know if you have the psychic abilities that your moon sign says you should. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.